What is this medium?
That's the one in the tube. This is oil and
Over here you can.
liquid or something.
Half and half?
Yeah, half and half.
Okay, that's half linseed and half of alkyd
Slow dry.
version. What that does is allow it to dry in like 3.5, 4 hours. Doesn't dry too fast, doesn't dry too slow. You put pure linseed oil, it's going to be wet for 10 days. It's just a huge problem. Okay, so now we're going to start this. Sargent did this when he was very young. I don't know what the date was. I think he was 19 or 20. And it doesn't look like the rest of the stuff. But I'm almost certain it was done alla prima. And does anybody have a cloth rag? Right here's a cloth rag. Sometimes a cloth rag just works way better. That's what he used, of course. They didn't have paper towels, but you can get a better scrubbing effect.
They didn't have t-shirts either.
They didn't. Think about that, life without t-shirts.
Old t-shirts with no lint.
It's hard to fathom.
You know.
They go and ask you for it. It's something you should always have, because you should always have it at your ready.
Okay.
So, especially today, what I'm about to do with yours needs solvent. So she did her drawing earlier today, and she sealed this with a clear acrylic sealer. And now we're going to come back in and finally do the oils. I think your bolts are wet.
Just the one, the small one
This
on
one
the
here.
right, yeah.
Okay, so she started to put some detail in there. But I just want to show you how to do this overall thing, because it's so different than anything we've done before. You just start scrubbing it in. And because she prepped her surface, with that clear acrylic sealer, which reduces the absorbency of it. And now we can do this and have about 3 times the drying open time, because that raw gesso just,
Yeah.
so now we get a lot more open time. This is far more oil and solvent than Sargent would usually use, and I don't usually use it either, but I'm bringing this yellow ochre up in here and into this seed, because I know it's going to pick up. It's going to start to pick up that blue. Go into alizarin crimson, and ultramarine blue. Which actually
That was purple.
I know that now.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
And I put out cobalt instead of ultramarine.
I don't see either.
There's the cobalt.
Is this
I'm
cobalt?
sorry, cerulean.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay,
What we need is phthalo blue or phthalo green, and we
I
need
have those.
alizarin crimson. I mean, alizarin crimson.
I have, yeah, that's a
Crimson.
lizard.
Okay. All right. I need ultramarine. I could fiddle with that a long time with that brush. But look at the difference here with just a rag. You come in here, you can abrase it, and that's what he did. I guarantee you.
That's what he did?
Absolutely. And when he was young, he was doing a lot of really experimental stuff. This one is not one of those cases. This is just a kind of a thin little sketchy thing, but anyway, it does involve lots of rag work. You put that on there, and you scrub it in. And you just keep going, and pretty soon that looks like that. I'm going to change brushes now to bring in the greens. This is phthalo green, which is horribly powerful, but I believe that's necessary. That's so strong that when you put it in there and then you rub it in these other admixtures, it's still going to be present. These are actually aniline dyes too, so it'll stain your brushes and stain your canvas. But you see how we're already getting close, in like 4 minutes?
Wow.
So that's all I got for now. This is a wonderful place. As I've said, I have done this before. It's a wonderful place to show the value of paint quality. I'm going to paint my darks nice and thick, or nice and thin like I always do, but the rest of it not so much. And this simply will be better for being impasto.
Okay.
And all the rest of this is not impasto, but wait till you see what this does when I
Well,
do this.
it makes sense that it should be.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's looking better already.
it's a really nice feature, and it's sort of lets everybody absolutely know that this is a peach, and it's a little bit spherical, and they might need a little bit of help, but this is clearly what it is now. So I'm just going to address a little bit of this stuff around it. So I'm going to trim up right here. There's a nice little bit of orange that comes in there. Okay, now on the other side, nice little red base back in here, a little bit darker right in there. See how that's, I need a clean brush. There we go.
Got one.
Yeah. So back in behind here, there's a nice dark red cherry color that implies that little bit of a recess into this area where the stem sits. Now I'm going to take this red, push it right into here. Nice soft edge. Come back in here, nice soft edge here. Okay, nice soft edge. Now, this is the fun part and the crucial part.
No, you need another brush.
I need a knife, actually.
Okay.
Does anybody- So, this is the pièce de résistance. So, I get a chewy admixture of colors here. See all those gooey, chewy colors? And the key is to leave them gnarly like that, all unmixed, and just slather them on there.
Oh. Oh.
And you can't make this thing better by painting it really slowly and carefully. It simply won't get better. And this will convey the texture of that stem.
I like that.
It's already looking like the thing.
It's looking like it.
And you can't hardly have too much. There's almost a little highlight right in there, right on the tip. And there's a piece of yellow right over here. The rest of those are halftones, but there are times like now when painting with a knife is just better than using a brush. You get a nonchalance and a casualness about it that you cannot get with a brush. Now you see those halftones are starting to work, because those are halftones.
Yeah.
Kind of pushing there, soften that. And that texture that is part of that now starts to work. So that's all I got.
You got what to do.
So what I told him is we're going to mix up a bunch of this paint and just have like a little miniature palette here. And almost all of you need to do that, and it's expeditious for you to do that. So just keep that in mind. Jay's an exception today because she's doing lots of glazing, but you know, Trina needs this, and even some of you need this. Just have a lot of paint, but in particular, there's only 7 or 8 colors there. You see that? And so we're going to make those 7 or 8 colors right here. And then he's just going to walk those colors over so he's not continually mixing over and over and over. So I'm going to do that real quickly here. This is sap green. You don't need much of that sap green. A little sap green there. This is ultramarine blue. See the ultramarine blues in there. And what you want to do is do enough of this. Don't give yourself an inadequate amount. What I'm doing on these 2 colors is just barely enough, but I'm going to increase the volume as I go forward here. If you don't have this much paint when you're starting out for for that. You're gonna continually run out of paint. But you see how that color is right there? So you're getting all these colors in a big conglomerate right here. You don't have to continually remix these. So now I'm gonna get alizarin crimson. This is Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Alizarin crimson and Van Dyke. Or
And the
Van
bottom
Dyke.
one is ivory black.
So now we're getting our red, purplish colors you see there. So now we have those. I need more blue. Is this phthalo here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Used to be that.
This-
This,
Can I have some more?
that's phthalo.
Can I have some more ultramarine?
Yeah.
There is some phthalo in there. We'll use that.
Right, okay.
What they used was Prussian blue. If you guys notice, everybody was using Prussian blue about 1910. The Ashcan school, it suddenly hit the market. Everybody used it way too much. And so there's series. So there's this.
Yeah, but I like
abundance.
it.
It's a pretty color. It makes a Chevy Corvette. That's exactly.
You must be a car guy.
Well, I do like those candy apple blues, you know, candy apple reds.
Oh, yeah.
But you see the palette, you guys? We're starting to get those colors now.
Yeah.
So that when he mixes those, he just has to walk them over. It's pretty brown. Which color's right here?
That's yellow ochre medium.
That's a pretty color. And see, I've already exhausted the white. But now, if you look at just right there, we have lots of our colors starting to comprise. You see how it's looking similar? There's going to be a few little things where you're blending in between,
Right,
but almost everything you do can be derived from here.
okay.
That's all I got.